I lived in an apartment building that I shared on Central Park West, and it was just two apartments on the floor. And this all started really with the elevator man in that building. And he said to me, you know, across the hall, the apartment was owned by Arthur Penn, a well-known director. And he wasn't there. He had it leased out to Hope Lang and Don Murray, who were married at the time and working in the theater. He says, you know, they're going to do a production of Fiorello LaGuardia, show about LaGuardia. He says, you look so much like him. He says, you ought to get an agent to submit you.
Describe who LaGuardia was.
He was the great mayor of New York City from the late 30s right through the mid 40s. And the city loved him, the people loved him. He was an independent. He didn't play politics with anybody. If there was a strike, negotiations, he'd lock them in a room and wouldn't let anybody go home until it was settled. He was that kind of a guy. Went to all the fires. So they had been trying to find someone to play it because there had been talk at one time of doing a straight play about him, and that disappeared. And Arthur Penn was originally scheduled to direct this. They couldn't find anybody to play it, and I'd forgotten all about now what this elevator man had told me. And I had done some summer stock that summer, and an agent. I wasn't signed with an agent, but he handled it. And he called me up one day and he said, I'm going to send you up for an audition. They're doing a Broadway musical of Fiorello. LaGuardia called Fiorello. So I went and I read, and they thanked me, and then about a week went by and I got called back again, and they thanked me. And I got called back again, and the agent kept saying, he says, I think you're getting close to this. I said, I don't understand it. They said, they're not going to give me the lead in a Broadway show. I've never been on Broadway. I said, that's a tremendous responsibility. And then when I was waiting to audition, go in the last time, I see this guy get out of the car to go run into the theater. He looked more like LaGuardia than LaGuardia did. But to my surprise, when I got on the stage, he was in the pit playing the piano for something. Well, that's what happened. And they called me up and said, the part is yours.
Wonderful. And that was a 2-year run, right?
Just short of 2 years.
1959 started?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you won a Tony for that, correct?
Yes, I did.
Great thrill.
It was. It was just exciting. And it was exciting in more ways than one because it was probably the healthiest time on Broadway in, I don't know how long before, or certainly since there hasn't been a time like it. Everybody was in successful shows. There was a kind of excitement in the theater that I think that every actor wanted to be a part of. And it was great. And I did, I think, 6 shows in 6 or 8 shows over a period of time. And even though a couple of them were bombs, it was just a great thrill. And I met my first wife there, and we got married, and it was beginning to start a family. So all that was very exciting.